Lifetime May. And in this very special edition, Women, Their Light, Their Legacy, we're focusing on Maja Bekic. And Maja, I am so excited that you're here. Welcome.
Thank you, Maja.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. I'm almost a little teary-eyed right now, getting choked up.
I get very emotional when I meet people like you, Maja, who is gone through a lot of challenges in their lives, and yet they still want to help others. They want to empower women. They want to help them find that confidence when it comes to their finances. And I think that there's something so beautiful about what you're creating. I love that you're the founder of Redline Wealth Management in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. So for people listening that's in Canada, and this is someone you just have to connect with. This is the time you have to connect with Maja. So
I've got to jump in and
please.
say, I love, Maja, you've been in our world for a while, but I love that you are persevering and doing something around an area like finances, and you're doing it from such a place of service and from this deeper place. And that is just so amazing.
And you're also a featured columnist in this special edition, Women, and your column is just phenomenal. So there's a quote you share that I love. I'm changing the dialogue around money by creating a safe, open, and judgment-free space for financial conversations.
I love that.
And that is such a difficult conversation to have, Angela.
Well, I love that you're doing that, because I think the dialogue around money has always been an uncomfortable one, and it has not been, it's been a complex one, reserved for certain parts of society. And I love that what you've said there, Maja. It's amazing. I want to lead into the first big question. Okay. So from what Jerry has just quoted, let's just begin with asking you why you exist and what is your deeper reason for being. We call your why, your deeper why, the world held by you. So can you just share that with us?
Oh, okay. So from a financial standpoint, selfishly, this needed to be done. Selfishly, this needed to be brought to the world. And I get choked up when I talk about it, because I have been working since I've been 13 years old. My parents opened up a cafe. I was working. I had a crazy obsession with designer jeans in my teens. And all I wanted to do was buy these $300 jeans that my dad was like, no way. My mom was like, you're crazy. So I was always working. I was working at the cafe. I was working at like banquet halls. Then I started working at the mall. But nobody ever taught me about how to manage my money. You think a 13-year-old is going to listen to that conversation? No. I was constantly working, and I always had money, which was fantastic. And then as I got older, I kept thinking there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. How is it that the wealthy have so much and the rest of us are just getting by? So as I got older and I sat down with a lot of advisors, nobody talked to me for me. They just said, do this, and then you'll have money. And I never understood. Nobody talked to me in regards to what are my goals, what are my dreams. It was just, here, take this product and do this. And then after a few years, I would cash it, and then I would go to Europe. I would cash it, I would go shopping, whatever. And as I got older, I kept thinking, okay, something's got to change. And my one girlfriend, when I was working at the mall, came and gave us all at the staff the book Secrets of a Millionaire's Mind. And I was like, oh, this is what's different. And then I started reading more about it, and I started understanding more, and it's a different way of thinking. And then I went to the Wealthy Barber and saved 10%. Nobody told me to save 10%. And then I got into banking. And when I started working at the bank, it was a very interesting thing. So you had to go back and write the last 10 years of everywhere you worked. So I'm in my mid-20s. So I've been working since 13. So I had to pull up all these tax returns to see where I worked. And I also had jobs at bars and waitressing and all this cash money that I made. And I'm like, well, I got nothing. And then I'm like, well, let's see, if I save 10%, where would I be today? So that's kind of where this started, this obsession with investing and saving money. And then I went and I worked at different financial companies. And one day I was sitting in a meeting, and I was the only female advisor. And all the clients I was getting were females, and they were all recently separated because when you're recently separated or divorced, 83% of women switch advisors because their advisor never talked to them. The one thing I kept getting was, you're the first advisor to talk to me. You're the first advisor to hear me. And I was like, okay, I'm onto something. And that's where my company was born. Redline Wealth Management was born from filling a need without even realizing, from me not knowing how to manage money. Nobody ever taught me anything. From all my clients saying, you know what? You actually listened to me. You heard me. You understand what I'm talking about. And that's where I say, it's your life, it's your money, it's your choice. We're going to do whatever you want. We're going to work towards your goals. We're going to make it meaningful. We're going to empower you financially and confidently. And when we do that, your life is going to transform, because when your finances are in order, everything else is easy breezy. Everything else becomes, I could make choices from a different point. Now you're making a choice. Do I take my kids on this vacation or this vacation by where I want to go, not by the price point? Do I put my kid in public or private school because of my own financial decision? Do I live here or there? Do I work at this job or do I leave this job? I have that power because I know I'm financially confident. So when I said I started my company selfishly, it was to create this boutique style experience so that you come to me, you know it's going to be a judgment free zone. We're going to empower you. We're going to make you feel confident, and we're going to move you forward to whatever goals and dreams you have. And we're going to build your wealth in the most tax efficient way. And we're just going to celebrate the successes along the way.
That's fantastic.
But what's
That is
making this
fantastic.
really inspiring
Mm.
is that your company is coming from this deeper place
Mhm.
of understanding
Yeah.
you've been
Yeah.
in that place of not knowing how to do this. And so you're meeting them where they're at. And it's this very deep empathetic place that you're coming of service
Well,
from.
there's so many
I love
things
it.
that Maya shares that just blows my mind. First advisor to hear me. And I think there's something brilliant about the way you're listening to your clients. It's easy to be talked to, right? And do
Yeah.
this. You're actually listening.
Mhm.
And I love what you said, this needed to be done. And often Angela and I say, you know, the deeper why, which we call World Help by You, it's one thing to ignite your deeper why, it's another thing to live it, and you're living it. And that's the difference, is that you're taking action. You decided this had to be done, and not just for myself, but for the world. So I love that. There's another quote that you share, which really stirs my soul. By breaking the silence, we can learn strategies from one another, and most importantly, develop confidence and take control over our money without fear and judgment. And I love that because you use the word judgment free. And let's face it, we're so hard on ourselves when it comes to, I didn't save enough. I lost those investments. The list goes on, but you do it in such a way that's
It's not
beautiful.
even that. The judgment isn't just, I didn't save enough, or I didn't, I lost those investments. The judgment actually comes, I didn't pay attention.
Mm.
My spouse did it all. I'm not educated. I don't know. I can run my own business here. I got a multi-million dollar business, but I don't know anything about my finances. I bury my head in the sand because it's easier to be like this versus paying attention. So when I say I empower you, knowledge is power. I empower you to take a look. Take a look at what's going on. What have you done? I make sure you know to be proud of yourself. Okay, yeah, we've made some bad investment decisions here and there. Who hasn't? It's part of life. We make bad decisions when we're younger. We make good decisions. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to judge you. I'm still going to be proud of you. I'm still going to say, you know what? You did amazing. Like, look at how far you've come on your own or with your spouse. And I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to allow you to judge you. I'm going to tell you and show you how well you've come and how far you've come. And then we're going to take it to the next level. Because a lot of times, and I get this especially now, is I don't know. We don't talk about finances. We don't, my husband does it all. Or, you know what? We were never taught. So I don't know where to start, and it becomes overwhelming. So I'm just leave it to the side. I just earn, I spend, and away I go. But now what? There's got to be more. And this is where I come in, where it's like, okay, we're going to take where you've done. I'm going to show you how good you are and how great you've managed to get to this point. And now we're going to elevate it to the next level where we're actually going to build your wealth, but you're going to be confident about it.
I love that.
Beautiful.
She's a cheerleader
Yeah,
of
I
women.
love it.
She's a cheerleader
I
of
love it.
clients that around, because I love this, your money, your life, your choice. And I emphasize that choice. There's something unique about the way you're serving these clients. And I just think that's beautiful.
So, okay, I'm always going to say these are the important things we need to look at. We need to make sure, you're protected financially. We need to make sure we take care of your, make sure you have X amount saved. You need to focus on your retirement, those kinds of things. I'm going to take care of the basics. But you're going to tell me what your deep, true goal is. You're going to tell me what your goal is. And so therefore it's your choice what we're going to work towards. I'm not going to sit here and say, you know what, we need to work towards this, this, and this, because you know what, if I do that, you're not engaged and you're not excited. But if you tell me, you know what, I really want to rebuild my office space in my house because I hate it and I work here every day. Okay, great. We're going to do that. You know what? I really want to buy that cottage. Great. Let's work towards that. You may say I want it next year. I'm going to be a little bit more realistic and say we could do it in this amount of time. That's fine. You know what? I love my job. I want to keep working. But you know what? I just want to know financially in 10 years, I could take the foot off the, gas pedal if I need to, but I'm going to keep working. Great. We're going to work towards your financial goal to achieve your goals in 10 years, but yet you're going to keep working, just knowing that you have that peace of mind. So it's your choice.
Yeah.
It's your choice what we're working towards. And that's where I'm going to push you towards. I'm going to keep you accountable and I'm going to be adamant about what we work towards, but you're going to tell me your goals. I can't tell you need to retire at 65. Well, maybe you want to retire at 70. I don't know. You want to give your kids $100,000 on their 30th birthday. Great. I'm not one to tell you yes or no. That is your choice. I'm just here to get you to that point. So I believe it's very important to be, you know what, your money, it's your life because you work hard for it. Don't let anybody tell you you're not working hard. So you work hard for it. You've been put on this planet to do what you're doing. Now let me just build that wealth to what your choice is.
This is such an important aspect. We've been talking about women's empowerment for so long, but you're addressing a huge aspect of empowerment that, as you said, we put our head in the sand for so long, and we need to address this front and center in a very open, honest way and without judgment. And it's beautiful what you're
There's
doing.
a real gap that she's filling,
totally.
which I love. And I like how she's helping people look at the bigger picture, which is what you're doing. There's another quote that I want to share, and it goes like this: financial confidence. It's all about financial confidence. It allows us not only to improve our lives and the lives of our family, it leads to more confidence in other areas of your life.
Well, the last question, I think this is a question we should all ask ourselves, but I'm really excited to hear what you want to share about this. It's all about legacy. And I mean, this magazine was really, women, their light, their legacy. And we're so honored that you shared your voice in this, Maja. But how do you wish to be remembered?
I want to change the conversation around money. I know it seems very like, what do you mean about that? And what is the conversation around money? Money and sex is very taboo. We don't talk about it. Before it used to be politics and religion. Now everybody talks about those things. But money is still one of those things nobody wants to talk about. I want to be able to change that conversation. I want to be able to have that conversation. You know what? Me and you are sitting down and you're telling me about what's going on and say, you know what? I'm having a hard time with paying too much taxes. How can I help? Or what are you doing? Or, you know what? My financial advisor isn't that great. Do you have one that I could talk to? Or, you know what? I managed to, invest and save this much and I can leave this for my kids. I'm so happy and proud about that. Why can't we talk about our own achievements? Why can't we talk about financial achievements? Like, I really want to change the conversation around money. for us women, especially, because if we're having a hard time, that means there's somebody else behind us as well. So one of us has to lead the way. And financial confidence, which I'm going to go back to again, gives us major choices. And once we're financially confident, everything else ripples in our lives, from our marriage, our relationships, our kids, because financial stress is the thing that kills us. It causes the most illnesses, and it causes the most marriage breakdowns, and it causes the most amount of fights. So let's take that part out and just build on that confidence, knowing that we don't have that strain in our life and we don't have to worry about it.
I also like the subtle and yet significant shift from financial freedom to financial confidence.
Yeah,
it
that's
sounds
amazing.
so much more
So amazing.
it sounds like it's rooted, it's grounded. This is something tangible to become financially confident.
Yes, because financial freedom is just a buzzword now. Like, what is that? What does the financial freedom mean? To you and me, it could mean two different things because we're at two different points in our lives. So you could be telling me that you're financially free. But if I'm in your shoes, I can't be, because you know what? I'm at a different point in my life. So it has to be confidence, because that confidence is going to ripple into so many other areas of our lives that we cannot even imagine what will happen once we're financially confident.
It's beautiful, Maja. And what
Just before you bring
yeah,
that up,
yeah.
because Angela's going to hold it up in a sec, but I'm even more inspired to tell Maya's story, to transition Maja along with 11 women into what will be your legacy, I believe. And I guess my last question to you is, knowing that your story is now going to be captured in this new memoir style book called Women Inspired, knowing that you've impacted thousands and thousands of women worldwide, how does that feel, knowing that that's going to be published in this new and upcoming book in 2025?
It makes me feel so happy inside. It's like good fuzzy feelings. It actually gets me a little choked up, because inspiring others is what drives me. Instilling that financial confidence is what drives me through all the financial crap, and in a polite way that I can say that I've been through. And I've been through a lot, because a lot of my personal experience comes from not only the courses that I took, but from personal experience. So having to go through that and tell my story makes me happy, because you know what? That story is going to relate to somebody, and it's going to impact somebody. And that's what this is about. It's about impacting other lives.
Well, Maja, just listening to you share in this interview, I've read your words in Women, Their Light, Their Legacy, the magazine, and from there, it's been the inspiration for the book, Women Inspired. Just from hearing your words, I want to know more.
Well, you're taking,
So
Angela's
it's like,
taking the lead on this book.
I
So
want to know more about what Maja has to share with me around financial confidence. I need to know more about it. So I am so happy and so grateful that you want to be part of this inspired publication. We're taking 11 inspired voices and we're allowing them to go deeper, because there's messages that we need to go deeper with. And your message, we need to go deeper with it. We need to share it with the world. I can't wait to read it.
that's why we call her Magnificent Maja, because
Thank you.
she's real, she's honest, she's vulnerable, and she's changing the conversation around money.
I love it.
You got to get to her website, redlinewm.ca, redlinewealthmanagement.ca. Spend some time with Maja. You will not be disappointed. Maja, on behalf of readers worldwide with Women, Their Legacy, released on Amazon in 11 countries, we're so honored that you are part of this journey and allowed us the privilege of sharing your light and your legacy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maja.
Thank you so much for letting me be part of this. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.